everybody? All right, it's late. I want to do this video really quickly because I posted myself playing, and what I can see when I'm rewatching some of those videos is that I'm not being careful about my positioning and my efficiency while I'm playing, even when I'm doing some of that that really fast stuff. And what I started to realize while I was doing it, while I was teaching somebody who refused to use their pinky in a pentatonic, so it was all third finger, second finger, and I was trying to pull them back, is there's a split between the exercises and the application, which is actually really awesome. And this was very similar to when I was doing some vocal exercises with a vocal teacher down in Nashville. Is it just starts to become muscle memory. So when you take the exercise into application, you actually never need to think about taking it into application. It just kind of muscle memories its way into your playing, okay? So one of the main things is trying to get your hand positioning to at least be as close to parallel with the frets as possible. Now, I don't do that. I see myself drifting back, especially if I'm doing like a vibrato, stuff like that. Even... right? I'm definitely touching the bottom of the neck there, even when I'm doing this line, instead of being like in this perfect position. But when I'm training in this perfect position, or at least close to it, as much as I can get it, what it's doing is it's helping me reset, okay? And that's great too, because if I get a little lazy, I can switch back to that position easily because I'm training there. So I want you guys to do that, and then it'll just start to help reset. It'll form its way into your playing without you actively thinking about it, and it's going to make your playing better. So the exercises that I want to show you, I showed a gray one yesterday, which was this, the 1, 2, 3, 4, but you kind of skip the strings this way, and then back. So I'm going to take a version of that, and we're just going to do this. We're going to move wherever we want. So I'll go up here to like the 5th to the 8th fret. So what we're going to do is we're going to do pinky, third finger, second finger, first finger down the strings. Then start on the 5th string, and then the 4th string. So you get... great... you can see I messed up a little bit there at the end. Great picking exercise as well. It's really going to set. But when you're leading in with your pinky like that on the top, you have to have this position, and you can't really get lazy and like pull it back. It's a great way just to reset and get your hand comfortable, because if you're only playing back in this, right, that's going to be your only comfort zone. Now, when I'm playing, I'll pull my thumb up like this. Like I said, I'll grab the neck, which I shouldn't be doing, just because that's obviously easier as far as like kind of being like a little bit lazy, in your playing. But as long as you're able to train that way, I will kind of drift back, but being able to move into the right position is really great too. So that's a really awesome exercise. I know I've showed this to you guys, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go to the next string and don't move the finger until it's ready to be moved. So once you do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, all your fingers are down. Move your first finger, move your second finger, move your third finger, and fourth. So the only finger that moves, now you can't get lazy with it, because if you start to go in this position, your pinky is going to block all the strings, okay? So another really great way to reset your hand, to not rely on the comfort zone, so to speak. And also that exercise just is really good for speed, because it trains your hand to stay down. So I wanted to give you those two exercises for you guys to try and give you a little bit of an explanation of it's okay to go back to bad habits. I almost don't want to say it, but it's okay to go back to bad habits as long as you're training, when you're really putting in the exercise efforts, what I mean, rather than just the application and the playing efforts, or the exercise efforts. It's trying to pull yourself away from that, so you can always go back and you kind of have a little bit of a wider spectrum in between the two, instead of only being able to play this way, which is what I'm seeing in some of my teenage students, is they're only able to play in the bad habit way. Just wanted to kind of give that lesson. It's 2 o'clock. I don't know if I'm going to go to sleep. We'll see. But I want to do a beginner tutorial, so I'll have more stuff for you guys tomorrow. Thanks.